This week on NintenDomain, we have a special guest. We have our friend of the show, John Knitter, here to talk about Super Mario Run. So don't run away. Make sure you listen to the rest of the show.
I'm pretty sad I can't play this game.
Damn Android. NintenDomain episode 50, Big 50. So,
we're 50.
Yeah, we're 50. We are your hosts. I'm Trey Johnson.
Jeremy McCaskey. Episode 50.
Episode
Sir
50.
Name.
And we have a guest, our special guest, on for the third time, Mr. Knitter from California. How you doing?
How's it going?
It's good, man. Big 50. I figure we should have a guest for 50. Plus, since Jeremy hasn't been able to play the Super Mario Run, we have you on there, and you've played it. So, like for
I've been
Android
playing
users,
it all day.
It's supposed to be out later, so we'll have we can make Jeremy feel
yeah. When the fuck did we get
have
it?
One.
March.
I heard 2017. That's all I heard, but I don't know.
Okay, because if it's in March, I'm gonna be like, that's not Run, that's March.
Yeah. But we'll get into that in a minute. Let's talk news really quick. There was a couple things. I didn't think there was going to be anything happening this week, but there was some specs. There was another patent revealed saying that they showing some sort of VR headset holder for the Switch, which would be interesting.
Really?
I know they talked. They had played around with the idea. And I know Miyamoto said that he wasn't really sure about it because he wanted it to be something that had more like longevity to it. Like he said that people aren't playing it long enough yet. That's like what he was saying. Like he wants something, that'll have where people sit and do it for hours and all that. But yeah, apparently there's a patent showing a headset where you'd put the Switch in there. Like kind of looks like the same sort of thing they use for like Galaxy. I think Galaxy have that. And I guess you would use the Joycons as motion controllers for it. So it's pretty cool, I guess.
I think it just makes sense, and I think if Nintendo doesn't do it officially, somebody's going to do it homebrew, like for sure. It's going to catch on to some degree.
Well, since like the middle part of the Switch looks like a phone, like I don't understand like how they wouldn't. They might as well, if they're doing it for cell phones, they can do it for Switch. I don't know what the pricing is on that type of thing, but it totally makes sense that they would be researching it. And supposedly there was like another patent that like confirmed that there's a multi-touch and like that there's motion control and Joy-Cons and all that. I don't know about that. So I'm still not convinced on that. I'm pretty sure that Joy-Cons have motion control. I'd be really surprised if they didn't.
It seems like they're not going to just throw that out after 10 odd years now.
Well, when you detach them, they look like Wiimotes. So
right.
That would be an easier way to do like Wii Virtual Console instead of you having to have your old Wiimotes and all that's already on the system.
Supposedly you can connect up to 4 Joy-Cons to a Switch. I think that's what one of the patents said.
That would make sense to me. I figured they would do that because like if you want to have Mario Party, then you'd have to have like 4 of those probably, right? Like for that type of thing, for like a party type game that has like mini games. That's what I would expect.
What do you think are the odds that it'll use a Wiimote to some degree?
Oh, that it'll be compatible?
Yeah.
That I don't know. Like
I don't know either.
I figured what we were thinking is like how the Switch like fits into the charging unit thing, and like there's the very top of it is exposed. Like I was thinking maybe that works as a sensor bar or something like that for the Switch for the Joy-Cons that you can maybe point at that. Like maybe if you put it under your TV, it could work as a sensor bar. This is what I was thinking, especially if they're using the same stuff as the Wii U, because the Wii U controller has a sensor bar on the top of it, like where the camera is. So I don't know.
When they do Virtual Console Wii and Wii U, will you be able to just play with your Wii controller? You think?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Like, because their president was saying that they didn't really want to do like backwards compatibility, I guess. Or well, he said that they wanted to go away from the Wii, and obviously since they're using cartridges and all that, they won't have backwards compatibility with the Wii U, because there won't be a disc drive on it. So,
all right.
I don't know. I figured that the Joy-Cons would be like the new Wiimotes. But maybe
it'll just replace it outright. Yeah,
but I wouldn't put it past them, like, for you to be maybe use the Wiimotes. I'm hoping that you can use the Pro controllers still for the Wii U, because it sucks to buy like 4 new controllers for every system. Right. Even though I know like they rarely do that. Like the Wii U was actually one of the few systems that did that, like where you could use, and same with the Wii to a point. Like if you had the one with the GameCube plugs on the side, where you could actually use your old controllers on some of the newer games. But like, PlayStation doesn't do that, Xbox doesn't do that. It's not really, people don't normally do that. Like you couldn't use the NES controller for the Super Nintendo and so on.
Of course, they just keep putting out the same controller, Xbox and PlayStation, over and over again.
Yeah, but
every system is the exact same.
But you still got to buy a new one. Well, the PS4 one has a touchscreen in the middle, man. Which
right, that's
it has a big old light on the back of it, like a big LED screen light.
Yeah, it has a big.
That's right. For when you're gaming at your rave, you're good to go.
It lets you know what player you are by the color.
Well, I think it's spun off from the Move that had the big, giant, ugly, glowing ball on the top of it.
Yeah, it's the same
like,
thing.
what if we put that on the back of the controller? So you can kind of, I think you can kind of use it like a Move. I don't know.
I was at a game store the other day and actually heard someone complaining about the color on the back of the PS4, the light on the back of the PS4 controller, because they feel like it drains the battery a lot and it's rarely used at all. I thought that was interesting.
I thought you were going to say, like, it's like waking his girlfriend up, like he's trying to play and she's like, it's too bright. I guess
the neighbors are like, can you turn your lights off?
I guess it wouldn't be brighter than the TV unless he's like has a TV in a different room that he's playing it off of, like, while they're sleeping. I don't know. That's the first thing I thought of. Was the controller glows too much.
I think it would be annoying. I mean, as it stands, when I play Wii U with my screen, if I'm not using my screen for anything, like if I'm using the gamepad, that screen bothers me.
Oh yeah,
I'm playing in the dark.
Oh sure. Yeah, I would try to switch it off for some things, but you can only switch it off like when you're not using it.
Right, exactly. So for the virtual console stuff, I'd always turn it off. But obviously, most Wii U games try to use that feature.
Have you gotten yourself an NES Classic, John? Have you seen any of those yet? Yeah.
I have not. I've not seen them out in the lab. I've gone, out of curiosity, taking a look at a store here and there, and I've never seen one. I've seen only the empty shelf with the tag where it should be. That's it. So.
Yeah. Well, we both got one at the beginning, but I haven't seen one ever since. Well, I saw some at that Toys R Us thing that I was talking about last week, but nobody, other people bought them. I didn't get one, but I've pretty much given up on, because I was going to try to get one as a gift for all of my nephews and nieces and all that, but I've given up, so they get other things now.
I'm trying to get one too.
I saw a rumor on Twitter, I wasn't following it on Twitter, but there was a rumor on the internet that was a Twitter thing, and supposedly GameStops were going to have them this Thursday. And then I did see on the Facebook group that we're on, the NBC group, that at least one person had got one at GameStop that day. So I think some GameStops had them, but I went to one at Open just because I was hoping to find it. I was hoping the rumor was true. Someone said that Bill Trinan mentioned it on Twitter too, which I didn't know if that was true or not. But I followed the rumor train and I went, and there was like 4 other people there waiting, thinking that they would have them.
Nothing.
And I went in, and the first thing when I walked in, I was like, "Did you get any NES Classics?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "All right, that sucks. Thanks, man." He's like, "Yeah, I don't know when we're gonna get them." The next person came up to him. He's like, even though like they were standing right there, like, "So did you get any of the NES Classics in today?" And then he talked to her for a little bit. She's like, "Well, I called the other store on the mall, and they said they were all sold out of them, but I should come over here." He's like, "Yeah, I don't know. They get their truck at a different time. I don't know when they could be here right now, but they would be getting delivered, and I can't sell them yet." "Oh, okay." And then I was just standing there for a second because I'm kind of shopping for my family, and I didn't know if I wanted to pick up a game for someone, so I'm looking at all the used games. And another guy that was standing there right in front of me in line walks up to the guy, and he's like, "Hey, do you have the Xbox Classic?"
The Xbox Classic?
And the guy's like, "You mean like the original Xbox?" "No, it's like that new Nintendo, that little Nintendo." "Oh, the NES Classic?" "Yeah, do you have that?"
The Xbox Classic. He's like, do you mean Xbox One?
There was at least one other person that asked while I was in there, and I was in there for less than 5 minutes. So I was thinking that GameStop employees must hate their jobs right now.
Oh, sure.
Or they're used to it. Or they're used to it because it's the holidays. And
do you think he just assumed that, like, because the NES had one come out that like every other system? Oh, they must have one. They must have like a PlayStation Classic or a Neo Geo Classic.
Maybe. I mean, there are like Atari classics, aren't they? Like I've seen those Atari flashback games for PS4.
Yeah.
Are those? Have you guys tried those? The Atari systems?
No, I almost bought one the other day. I found a used one for $25. I think they're like $30 new, so it wasn't that much cheaper. But it comes with like wireless joysticks and everything.
Yeah, I've got an Atari one that's just the joystick. The games are in the joystick.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and it has like AV plugs on it.
Right.
I was talking to a guy at work the other day who he bought the Sega one. He bought the little Sega mini system that has like 100 games on it.
I saw that at Fry's last week, and I think the picture is just like awful. I mean, I have a Genesis. I know it wasn't that bad. The picture was so bad. It was like
it's not an HDMI out, is it?
It's not. No.
Yeah, I guess that probably has something to do with it. But yeah, he didn't. I don't know. He didn't seem to. I asked him like what it was like, and he's like, "Oh, it's okay." He's like, "I play Sonic on it, and Sonic's cool." But I haven't really heard anybody say anything good about it. You know, I think he kind of just got it out of being defeated for not being able to find an NES Classic. He just went to go get the Genesis one because that one's everywhere. Like I've seen that in like my grocery store. Like they have it there.
Oh yeah, the night that I got my NES, they had those there. When I did find my Classic.
Oh, at the Walmart.
Yeah, they had a ton of them. There was like 30 of them.
Well, the reason I was asking if you had gotten one is because, like, apparently another news thing, they said that they've sold like almost 200,000 in America alone of NES Classics. If they would have released more, I'm sure they would have sold a lot more. But that's considered. I'm sure Nintendo thinks that's a success. So they can't seem to keep it on shelves. So,
how much do you think that they were purposefully holding back, or how much did they just? Were they playing it safe because they thought, oh, we don't know how much this is going to sell?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think that Nintendo like actually like holds stuff back to create demand and all that. I know people have said that before.
Right.
I think they're just bad at planning, or they just have like a shitty factory system or whatever, like making their stuff. You know, like they just don't have enough people to make stuff quick enough. Is what it seems like. Because I know they've gone out and already went out and said like they aren't going to make as many Switches. They're planning on making less like for launch and all that, which means you're not going to be able to find that either. But you know they're doing that as like, oh, we're afraid of losing money, and I think they might be like overly conservative too about it. You know, it's like, oh, we're afraid if we make too much, then people might not buy them. And
if Nintendo themselves allow pre-orders, I mean, couldn't that get them to produce more initially? I don't know.
Well, they didn't do pre-orders for the NES Classic though.
I think the NES Classic, I think all signs kind of point to it being maybe relatively last minute idea, right? Like they didn't do the pre-orders. They haven't obviously put out enough of them. Like maybe they just came up with this like earlier this year. Like, hey, let's do this for Christmas. Wii U is not selling very well. It's not going to get us anything for Christmas. What can we do? Let's put out the NES Classic instead.
Well, it might have been like also like because of Zelda being delayed again and not coming out this year, like trying to figure out something to come out for Christmas because all they really have is
they needed a holiday.
All they really have is Super Mario Run and like Pokemon and Super Mario Maker. Did you see Kaz Hirai's Twitter or his tweet about that? The guy from Sony.
No,
I heard something about him. What did he say?
Well, he put a tweet that was like he was talking about how like Super Mario Maker has no online. And Super Mario Run demands online, and that those are like the last two Mario games of the year from Nintendo. Just being like, this doesn't make any sense, you know?
Oh, right.
Yeah. One Mario game that can't do online, and one can't do online, and another Mario game that you can't play if it's not online. You know? It's like, okay. Yeah, the one that, I don't know.
So Mario Run has to be connected online to play it? I guess you'll talk about it later.
Yeah, it is actually. But, and some people ask me about that. They're like, well, that's weird that it has to be connected online all the time. And I'm like, well, so does Pokemon Go. And Pokemon Go has to be connected at all times. They're like, oh, yeah. And so was even the Pokemon game that came out before that, Pokemon Shuffle, in case anybody remembers that game, which was like Nintendo's technical first mobile game, in my opinion.
Yeah, before Miitomo, which isn't really a game.
Yeah, but it was, Pokemon Shuffle was a game that was on 3DS and that it was on mobile. Kind of secretly released, like, before everything else was. But you have to be online to play that game, too. So it's not that weird of a thing. I think a lot of cell phone games do that. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a bit. As far as the Virtual Console stuff, the Excitebots came out on Wii U, Virtual Console. That was a game that we did an episode about, like way back when we did our Excite episode, where we did
that was a few months ago.
World Rally and Truck. I guess we knew somehow in our hearts that it was coming out. Had you bought that one yet? You still haven't gotten Excitebots yet, have you?
I have both.
You have both?
Yeah, I have Excitebots.
Oh, okay.
I got Excitebots.
I have Excitebots, I have Excite Truck, and I have Excitebike 64. And I think I have most of them except for the DS one.
Well, you don't have what was the DS one?
Or the 3DS one, right? Wasn't there a special one released?
There was a Excitebike on 3DS.
Oh, you mean the 3D one?
World Rally or something.
Oh, World Rally was on Wii. That was the digital one. That was a WiiWare game.
Okay, that's the one I'm thinking of, I think.
Because I know there's I think there's a 3D Excitebike, like in the 3D classic Nintendo stuff, maybe. But that's as far as I know. I don't know. But I have the Excitebike 64. That was on Wii U Virtual Console a while ago. But they didn't do Truck yet, but they put Bots on there. But Bots is cool. You know, you get to throw pies in the face of clowns and all that. We talked about it in our past episode. Go back and listen to it. It's on there.
Yeah.
Us talking about the Excitebots and the Excite.
Go back, listen to the episode, and then buy it online if you like.
Yeah, then buy it online for $20, which is a little bit high. I think you can get it for cheaper on eBay, but they all come out for the same price on Wii Virtual Console, so kind of sucks. Some of them are less than that, but whatever. I saw you. I saw it because you sent me a text a bit, but you bought a ton of games this week, Jeremy? Right?
Yeah, I bought a lot of games.
What did you get?
Well, actually, we were talking about Other M, which came out last week, right, or the week before.
Other M was last week, I think.
You bought that? I bought Samba De Amigo
for Genesis or the Genesis Dreamcast.
For the Wii. Or what? But it is a port of the Dreamcast game.
Oh, okay, the Wii one, where you shook because I remember there was a thing because the Wiimotes don't work as well as the shakers did for the Dreamcast, I think. I don't know. I never. Yeah. Didn't you have a version of that, or didn't you rent it, John? I feel like I played with you. With you at one point. The Wii Samba De Amigo.
I do have that game, and I have the official Samba De Amigo Maraca controllers for that game.
Oh yeah, where you could put the Wiimote inside of it, right?
You put the Wiimote inside, and it's actual maracas.
Yeah.
In case you wanted to,
Oh, so they shake. They
more into it. Yep.
Yeah, in case you wanted to pretend you're playing the actual game.
Maracas, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's the only game I've ever played that has you use two Wiimotes. I mean, I think you can use a nunchuck in a Wiimote, but if you want, you can use two Wiimotes. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, you can do that.
I thought it was a fun game. I thought it was good.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know Samba De Amigo that well.
It's fun so far. I definitely played the Macarena.
Yeah.
Bit of nostalgia.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm still figuring out the controls. The controls are a little weird, but it's not. I don't think it's the fault of the game. I just think it's, a different control style that I have to learn.
Yeah,
it wasn't. I think this was like a launch game for Dreamcast, but it was based off of it was a port of an arcade game.
Yeah, it seems like a Japanese type arcade.
So it's like a mid to late '90s music game. That's going way back.
I think it's a pretty expensive game nowadays too.
For the Dreamcast.
For the Dreamcast, yeah.
Especially if you have the controllers and everything.
Yeah, I heard it'll set you back a couple $100.
I always wanted to play this game though, and it was fucking cheap where I bought it. I bought it for $2.99.
Well, yeah, that's a Wii one though. Well, there's a
most likely the other one's superior.
I was looking at eBay and for the disc in itself is $15. But if you want the maracas, there's a Samba De Amigo Japanese set, $150. So I think getting the actual controllers is pretty hard. It's pretty hard to find. Even though you can, the Wii one you can get for like a couple dollars off eBay. So if I wanted to get into some Samba De Amigo, I could do it pretty cheaply. Unless I just want to wait for it to show up on Virtual Console and pay $20 for it.
Or you can, that might actually be the best choice. But or you can just play my version. Yeah. I also I finally got back a hold of the GameCube Resident Evil, the Resident Evil remake.
Nice.
So I'm planning on trying to play through that. I never got through it because it freaked me out so much.
That's such a good game. That was the game. Like that was how me and John met over that game. That's pretty.
Over that game, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I got the game.
Yeah.
Well, I bought the game. It was like toward the end of freshman year, and of college, and I came home. I was so excited to play it back to my apartment, and my roommate was using the TV, and I'm like, oh man. Only one TV in the whole apartment, so put the call out, said, "Who's got a TV and a GameCube?" And our friend Chris said, "Well, I know this guy up on the 5th floor, and he loves Nintendo. We could probably use his apartment." Cool. So I came over to Trey's place, met Trey, and I think what really impressed me was you were the first person I ever met who knew who Shigeru Miyamoto was.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this guy is serious. All right.
Yeah, Shigeru Miyamoto. Well, I
At
remember...
that time, nobody knew. At that time, nobody really knew. He wasn't on The Tonight Show yet at that time. Nobody was talking about him.
Yeah, this is like very beginning of 2002, so...
Right.
I guess maybe his name wasn't out there yet, but they weren't doing Nintendo videos and all that with his face all over the place.
Right.
There wasn't there wasn't internet videos of Nintendo.
Yeah.
You still have to find those on VHS.
Well, the way I remember it happening is that Chris, because Chris, he used to hang out with one of my roommates, and he was hanging out over there, and my roommate's like, "Oh, what are you going to go do now?" And he's like, "Well, I'm going to go play that Resident Evil game, or I'm going to go watch somebody play that Resident Evil game." And I'm like, "Oh, the new GameCube one?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Can I come with you and watch it? Because I don't have it, and I hear it's really cool." And I think we went over there, and then then the TV was hogged, so then we went over to my apartment and watched it, or played it, or something like that. But that's how I remember it was
I think you're right, actually. I think you're right.
Like that. He was going to go play. He was going to go watch somebody play the Resident Evil game, and I was like, "Oh, dude, can I hang out with you and we'll go watch this?" Because I was like, I didn't have the game, I couldn't afford to get the game, and I'm like, I want to see the game. It's a super fun game. It really bummed me out that an HD version came out for PS4 and didn't come out for Wii U, even though I know whatever Wii U doesn't sell as much. But I think they would have sold a lot of versions of that if they would put it on there. I mean, I think there's still Resident Evil fans on there. I mean, people bought Revelations, right? Maybe? I don't know. I didn't buy the Wii U one, but I bought the 3DS one. The 3DS one's really cool.
Yeah, and then there's a Revelations 2.
Which didn't come out for Nintendo also.
Right, I saw it on Steam the other day. I got a hold of a Wavebird, which is fucking sweet. I haven't had a Wavebird for a long time. That's actually what kind of prompted me to buy the Resident Evil. And I got it for a really good price, but I mean, it was cheap. But I wanted something to play with the Wavebird, and I think that's a good game.
Nice.
For that purpose.
Yeah. I have 3 Wavebirds, but we've talked about my.
We have talked about it.
We talked about my large amount of GameCube controllers. Well, the basic thing that happened with GameCube is with the first GameCube I had 4 controllers for it, but then I bought 2 other GameCubes, which also came with controllers. So that's how I kind of got a ton of GameCube controllers, because they just they kept I either gave one away or one broke, and I ended up getting a new one that had another controller with it. So then I'd end up with 8 controllers. That's basically how that happened.
Well, then you have those little ones,
the mini controllers.
The Super Nintendo controllers.
Yeah, the Super Nintendo ones that I bought from Japan, which supposedly are worth $150 now. So that's cool.
Ding.
I got them for $8 each when they were out. So. There you go.
Well, I now have 2 GameCube controllers, so that's great.
Cool. Anything else that you got? Have you picked up any sort of gaming things, John, since we talked to you last?
Well, I got a new iPad, so I've been loading up on games on there. And I have to say the favorite game I have, which may be my game of the year, is Pac-Man 256. Have you guys played that?
I haven't heard of it. Last Pac-Man I played was the Pac-Man, was the Championship Edition or whatever. It was the one that was on PS3 that had the Ghost Train. That one was really cool.
Yeah, I played that. That game's fucking sweet.
Yeah, I've heard that one's great too. So check out Pac-Man 256. It's like if Pac-Man were an endless runner. Basically, the maze just keeps going, and you're being chased by the kill screen from the original Pac-Man game, because you got the screen number 256.
Oh, okay.
So the numbers are eating the board like a virus and pushing you forward. And it's basically just you see how far you can go in the maze.
Ghosts?
There's ghosts, and there's all different kinds of power-ups thrown into the mix, like one that turns Pac-Man giant and one that makes him invisible to the ghosts. And then one of the main pushes of the game is you're supposed to try and chain as many dots together as you can. Eat as many dots in a row as you can. And if you eat 256 dots in a row, then all the ghosts get killed and you get all kinds of bonus points, whatever. But it's really fun. It's just super addictive. Yeah, it's really fun. Check it out.
I just downloaded it on my phone just now after you said that.
You will love it.
Is it freemium or is it because it didn't charge me?
You can pay to turn the ads off. It doesn't. You don't have to buy anything extra in the game, but you can pay to turn the ads off, I believe.
Oh, okay. Because I just got it for free, and I didn't know how it worked. But yeah, just got it. Yeah, that sounds cool. Are you planning on getting a Switch? Like, have you had any mindset on that?
Definitely. And one of the reasons, I don't know, maybe you've considered this, but I don't have a TV or anything. I just don't really have much time to sit down and watch TV, so I don't have one.
Sure.
But people who don't have a TV can get a Switch.
Yeah,
you don't need a whole home entertainment setup. It's just like you got a console, and that's it.
As long as you can charge it without putting it in the dock. But I'm sure if it's a USB-C, it should easily be able to do that. Like for when because if it only works like 3 to 4 hours or whatever, which I haven't really said like how long it'll work while it's out. But yeah, just like the Wii U, like same sort of thing. For most games, you can play them off TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about it. I'm definitely getting it.
Yeah, I'm pumped to see it. I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to find one. Like two friends of mine that actually don't really talk about Nintendo at all asked me about the Switch like last week.
That's pretty cool.
Like 2 days apart. Like one of the managers from one of the bars I work at, he was like, oh man, I want to get a Switch. He was talking about the Switch. And another coworker of mine at another bar I work at, he's like, hey man, I want to get the Switch. And I'm like, well, we'll see.
Good luck.
We'll see if you can find it.
Do you think that's because they saw the Tonight Show?
Maybe. I was wondering about that. Well, he was talking about it. Like one guy was talking about it. He's like, oh man, I always loved Zelda. He's like, he's like, it's the only Nintendo game I like, but I love Zelda. I want to play new Zelda. And the other guy was like, I just want to play Skyrim on the go. That's what the other guy was saying, So
that's what they sort of promised. Yeah, I have a coworker. I have a coworker even before the Jimmy Fallon thing that said his kid wanted one, so he was like promising him a Switch if he got all A's on his report card before then or whatever.
Yeah. Do you think? So there's going to be the big unveiling like in Japan on the 12th, on January 12th. Do you think that they're going to do a thing like what they did with like the Majora's Mask 3DS, where they're like, oh, and it's available online now for pre-order, and it's going to like disappear in like 2 minutes? I was wondering about that, like if they're going to do that like during that event.
Oh, is that what happened with the Majora's Mask 3DS?
Yeah. Do you remember that? It was like during a Nintendo Direct.
No, I didn't know that they announced that
it
was available during the Direct. I don't remember.
Well, the Nintendo Direct where they showed that they were making a Majora's Mask 3D, they said that there was going to be a special 3DS that you could get for it, and it sold out like in minutes, like after they said that. Like maybe not even a minute. Like it was like super, super gone. Because I tried to get one, and I didn't get it. And I was watching the Direct, and I got on there to try to get one, and it was like, nope, gone. So I'm like, fuck. I feel like it went out in like 30 seconds. But I'm afraid of them doing that for the Switch one too. Maybe not. But I mean, because supposedly in this like unveiling, they're gonna give you like all the lineup of like the launch titles. They're gonna explain like more about, I'm sure, like its power and all that, which everybody's saying again, more powerful than the Wii U and less powerful than the PS4 and Xbox One.
Right.
That's not really something that anybody said differently. Nobody said anything
it's not
different
surprising
than that,
at all,
aside from, I mean, people have said like, oh, they wish that it's better, or they think that maybe it's better, but nobody's actually said that it is.
That's every generation of Nintendo consoles. Of course, it's better than their last one, but it's not quite up to this.
Yeah, since like
the specs snuff, I guess.
Since like the Wii U,
right?
Purposely put it behind the power of all the other.
But this is also, you got to remember, this is a fully portable console, so you can't expect it to have all the the luxuries that a home console has to be more powerful, like all the fans and the constant stream of a higher amount of power. You're not worried about a battery.
I just would like it to. I think it should be able to play certain games. Like it would be really nice if you could play like Final Fantasy 15 on there, because Final Fantasy 15 only came out a couple months before the Switch did. Like you should be able to play that. You should be able to play like Persona 5. You should be able to play like Dragon Quest Builders, like all these games that Nintendo fans would want to play, like Japanese games.
Oh, and I bet people are worried they'll be dummied down if they're ported to the Switch.
Yeah, or if they'll get supported at all, or if they'll just be like, oh, they can't fit because they're too good, or they're too big. I don't know.
They're too good.
They're too good for the Switch. Switch doesn't have good games. Not what I meant. But yeah, because I want to see like Doom on there and like all these games that I like for the PS4, like Street Fighter and like Mortal Kombat, and like all games that used to be on Nintendo but aren't on Nintendo anymore. They should come back. Like Resident Evil 7, like that should be on there. They should be looking for that stuff. They should be trying to get that shit out there. So do you want to take a quick break and then go to the topic of the week?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
So there was a game. Nintendo had its actual official game come out this week for iOS.
You don't say.
Little game called Super Mario Run. I was do you know like what time it actually dropped? Like, cause I kept looking for it Wednesday night, like 2 a.m. or whatever. And I guess because when I got up on Thursday, it still wasn't up. And I guess I had to like exit out of the iOS, like close the iOS store and then open it again for it to be on there. So I wondered if you could have been able to get it to like 2 a.m. I don't know.
I was looking as well. I think I checked it at about 12:30 a.m. over here in California, and it still wasn't on there yet.
Oh, okay. Because I just kept like pulling it down, just I think that it would refresh, but it wasn't refreshing because I had to like actually close it out and reopen it. So then I could have checked. But yeah, Thursday when I got up, I turned it on, downloaded it, played the first 3 levels. First 3 levels are free, so that's cool. It's like free to start, and then you pay $9.99 for the rest of the levels. There's only 24 levels in it. I beat it pretty quickly. I mean, I pretty much beat it in a day. I beat it last night.
No.
But I'm still playing through it to get like the extra coins because apparently you get a secret level for every coin so there's pink, purple, and black coins. So if you collect all the pink coins in every level, you get a secret level. You collect all the purple coins and so forth and so on. And I've been doing like the Toad Rally stuff too to like try to get Toads to build the kingdom back, which I thought that was pretty cool. The game starts out with Bowser, doing his regular thing of stealing Peach and destroying the Mushroom Kingdom this time. And the Mushroom Kingdom is like your kingdom thing, and you basically play through the Toad Rally to get Toads. And if you get enough Toads, they'll start rebuilding the castle. And you can put houses in there for the Toads depending on how much you have. And also you can unlock other playable characters through that as well, like Luigi, Yoshi, Toad, and Toadette. Well, Toad you get for linking your thing with Nintendo, but I think the 3 that you unlock is Luigi, Yoshi, and Toadette through that because you get Peach from beating the game. But what do you think about it? Have you you said you've been playing it fairly often, right?
Yeah, in the last 24 hours, I've probably played it for 4 or 5, I'd say.
Yeah.
I beat the game already, but my impression is that it's a $10 game and it's a very full $10. You really get a lot for your money, and it's one of the best mobile games I've ever played. Obviously,
yeah.
And I think it's just funny after all this time, everybody's saying, "Oh, Nintendo, come out with a game, come out with a game, come out with a game." Meanwhile, there's thousands of games on, Google and Apple that are all of like horrible quality, whatever. Well, not all of them, but most of them. The majority are horrible quality.
There's a lot of
Nintendo
shovelware on there.
Out.
Yeah.
There's so much shovelware, and then Nintendo comes out. First there was Miitomo and Pokemon. Now this is game number 3, and they've just this is how you do it. It's $10. It's a great value. You get 24 levels, and then you can replay them over and over again for a greater challenge. Collect the pink and purple and black coins. For me, I think that the real value is in Toad Rally, which I wasn't expecting because I didn't really read up on that prior to getting the game. It's fun, to go through the levels again and challenge your friends and see how well they did. And it's interesting because they decided not to go with just who can beat the level the fastest or who can get the most coins. It's who can play the level with the most style. That's how you win at Toad Rally.
Yeah, there's tricks and stuff that you can do.
There's tricks, yeah.
So
I thought it was really clever.
So the basis of the game, I mean, you haven't played the game yet, Jeremy. Are you still there, Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm here. No, I haven't played it. I'm just a sad Android user.
Well, feel free to ask stuff about it from us and all that. But I'll just say the basically the way the game works is Mario or whoever you're playing as runs to the right, and you'll automatically vault over the bad guys. So
so you can't collide with them?
Yeah, you can't collide with them. They'll automatically vault them. But in the when you're playing the Toad Rally, when they vault, if you hit the jump, that's considered a move. If you jump as you're doing the vault. So that's a stylish way to do it. So it's kind of you have to you actually have to jump to hit the guy. But for Koopas, for Koopa shells, you don't have to hit it 2 times. You just hit it and then it'll start going. But there's some cool tricks in there that they've actually done. So it's not necessarily always running to the right. There's some places where you can turn around. There's a boom boom stages where you have to defeat him. And there's 2 walls, so you basically go back and forth. And there's even like some puzzle stuff for ghost houses, which I thought was cool. And,
I like the ghost houses.
Yeah. But there's levels like basically where you run into a wall. If you run into a wall and you jump, your character will basically turn around and go the other way.
That's what I kind of gathered from what I seen on Fallon.
Because I remember there was like one part where he's like, "Oh my god, I'm going backwards." And there's like there's arrows. There's like arrows that you step on that if you hit jump while you're on that arrow, it'll throw you back or throw you forward. At that time, there's some parts that can fuck you over. But the one part of the game where I've actually gotten angry and been like, "Holy shit, fuck you," was the Toad Rally stuff. That's like the only time I've like really gotten into it and being like, "What the fuck?" Because I'm trying to, and I'm not really good at doing the stylish stuff yet. I'm just kind of trying to collect the coins and hit the guys and all that. But every time you get hit, you get put into this bubble, and you get carried back in the level for however, basically for however long you want until you tap the screen again. And you can just get caught in these like awful loops where you like keep getting into a bubble and taken back, and then you hit the same fucking guy again, and then you go back into the bubble and you go back, and I kind of I like the way it shows like you against the other character, like in the Toad Rally stuff, where it shows like it'll show you walking and then you'll stop and go back. And then stop and go back. So it'll kind of show you show what happened to you in your progress of that level. And if you run into that like bubble loop, it sucks. You can just see your guy like going back and the other character's just getting more and more points. But what sucks about Toad Rally is you lose toads. Like if you lose, like that's what really pissed me off. Because you're trying to collect so many toads to like rebuild your kingdom and all that. And when you lose them. And if you lose multiple times, you'll keep losing them. But if you if you play till you win, you'll win some of them back, but not all of them. That kind of sucks. But yeah, it's totally fun.
Is that like an asynchronous gameplay, or are you playing at the same time?
It's asynchronous.
Okay.
And have you figured out? Can you like directly select somebody to challenge? Because
I have not figured that out.
Yeah. Because I basically just go to it. Just go to it, and it just shows you like 5 different people that you can choose. But
so I've seen you on there. I saw you on there twice tonight.
Yeah.
And actually, I played you. Did you? So I was going to ask you about that. So when I played you, like, were you? I wonder how that works. Were you currently playing the game as I was playing it, or how does it like? I don't know.
I don't know.
Like we're not playing it. We're not playing at the same time,
No, I think it just randomly like records some of your stuff and puts it on there because I never like specifically picked a run to put on here, Now,
were you aware that I played you twice tonight?
Yeah.
Were you aware that I had faced up against you, or
no? I did
no.
not even. I did not know until you just told me.
Okay, yeah. So I think you beat me once, and I beat you once.
Oh, okay. Because I haven't gotten I haven't like received any. I haven't like gotten toads or like lost toads or anything like that from playing the game. So that like I haven't like. I turn it on and it doesn't say like, oh yeah, you lost some toads because John beat your score from this level. Like it doesn't say anything like that. So I think
I'll have to pay attention.
Yeah.
I'll have to pay attention next time I stop playing the game. What was my number? And then if I turn it on later, did my number go down because somebody beat me or whatever?
I would think that if you lost some, it would tell you though, right? I mean, that's just fucked up. If like they're if you lose it and it's just like, oh yeah, sorry, we're not going to tell you.
Yeah, I don't understand how it works. I thought that it was like a ghost, like whatever your best run of something was, like in Mario Kart or something, and then that's what you're racing against. That's kind of what I gathered.
Yeah, but
I don't know. Is it kind of a race? Is that how it works? Is like a ghost character running with you?
There is a ghost character, but it's not really a race. It's more about how you do it with
being
style.
More stylish. Uh-huh.
But I'm wondering, like, does that come from when you play the regular game? Because I've never, the only stuff I've done in Toad Rally is against other characters. But I've never, like, actually set one being like, I'm just going to be super stylish in this one, Like,
I guess that's one way to tell is if you played someone twice, see if they got the same score both times. And then you'll know if it's a recording of their best run or something.
Well, I did play it a couple times. I got the same score. What level was it that you played me as? Do you know?
I think it was one of the airship levels.
Okay, because I played a bunch of those like in the Toad Rally stuff, so I wonder if it like saved it from that. Because I got pretty good at one of those airship ones because I felt like every time I was playing a person, they were at that airship, so I kept doing that same one over and over again. Like the one, it wasn't the one with the moles with the wrenches. It was a different one because I wasn't very good at that one.
I think I beat you on that one on the mole airship level. I played you on another level.
Was I playing as Peach?
I think so.
Okay, because ever since I beat the game, I've been playing as Peach. So I was like, it must be a newer.
Yeah,
one.
I did. Yes, I did actually see you was playing as Peach.
Oh,
yep.
Okay. Have you gotten any of the characters? Like, obviously you got Peach because you said you beat the level or beat the game.
Yeah, I got Peach. I got Toad and Yoshi. Which I don't know how I feel about Yoshi. His jump is different. His jump is his typical floaty jump.
Is it Oh, okay. I was going to ask.
Yeah, his flutter is like different.
Do you hold down the button, or does it just automatically flutter every time?
So with most characters, you jump once and then you hit the jump again, and it does the twirl like it would if you were playing. If you shook the Wii remote, yeah, it does that.
Yeah.
But with Yoshi, when you hit the button, when you hit the pad the second time, he does his flutter, which is a little bit different because he dips down, you know.
Oh, yeah. But then he goes up higher, right? Like
but then he goes up a little bit higher, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I just like the twirl better. So I think I'm off Yoshi.
I haven't gotten him yet because I don't have enough Toads.
Who has Luigi? Either of you have Luigi, or do you both have Luigi?
I think nobody has Luigi yet because Luigi you have to
have like
basically the way the other characters work. Yeah, you have to earn toads of a certain color.
Yeah.
Right. And you have to earn like 150 of like the purple and green toads, which is pretty high up there.
Damn.
So
yeah, so you have
I've not seen anybody with Luigi yet.
Yeah,
I saw some screenshots of Luigi from people, so some people have done that, huh?
Well,
some people have just been playing all day, I guess.
Yeah, well, I don't even have Yoshi yet, but I feel like I'm pretty close to getting Yoshi.
Man, by the time I get this game, everyone's going to be over it.
I need like 14 more yellow Toads to have Yoshi, and I need like 120 purple Toads and like 133 green Toads to get Luigi. So there's a lot left there still.
Yeah, I was playing for 3 hours before this call because Luigi is my guy, right?
Yeah.
Like me and Luigi, we go way back, so I need to get Luigi.
Yeah, of course.
I was disappointed to find out he's way up there. I guess it'll be a while.
Yeah, he's hard to get. You need like 150 for him.
Can you just like pay $5 and get him?
Oh, there's no there's none of that. So it's
no in-app purchases yet.
Yeah, it's $10 and then you get the whole thing, which I think is great. It's a great way to do it. Like I don't like stuff where it's like I prefer the free to play than freemium, you know.
Yeah.
Premiums like
I think you can buy
you don't
coins
pay anything,
though.
But you can pay for you
can buy coins. Yeah, when I went on my Nintendo earlier today, it said there were coins available at certain packages.
Oh, but you can buy them through getting points through my account, my Nintendo account. Like you don't actually have to spend money to get that. Unless you're using your gold coins that you get from buying games. There's separate platinum Mario Run coins that get put in with your Miitomo platinum.
So you can you can earn platinum coins in Mario Run.
On coins, I wanted to mention: is this the first traditional Mario game where you actually use coins to buy stuff?
Oh, I mean, if you're not counting like Super Mario RPG and like stuff like that. You use coins.
Because I wouldn't consider
as far as platforms and stuff like
traditional. I mean, it is a platformer, you're right.
Yeah, but I mean, you're like coin count. You don't actually buy stuff with, right? Like not even in Super.
You use coins for chances in the slot machine in Mario 2, but that was like not a true Mario game.
That's true.
Yeah, but you don't actually. Yeah, it is kind of weird that it actually saves your coins because like the new Super Mario Brothers 2 and 3DS. It has like the point is to collect like 1 million coins.
You buy stars with blue coins in Mario Sunshine.
You do,
but that's all you can buy with.
Yeah,
with them.
I understand where you're getting at. It's like the actual yellow coins that you get. You don't buy anything with unless it's an RPG Mario game. Unless it's like Paper Mario or like Mario and Luigi.
It's kind of odd that it took 30-some years for coins to serve their actual purpose.
Yeah. Well, aside from the RPG stuff. Yeah, you can buy you can buy like 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 coins, but what do you use those for? Like I still
you can buy houses.
I know, but I've bought a ton. I bought like all the houses I can buy, and I still have like 5,000 coins. No, I have 15,000 coins. I don't see myself getting to a point of needing to buy that. I guess, and I have like 83. I have 83 fucking Toad tickets too, and like you can trade in. You can trade in your platinum coins for Toad tickets as well. But I have 83 of them. And I play Toad Rally all the time. And I'm not losing, I'm not losing any tickets here. Like
I'm kind of feeling the same way.
I feel like I keep getting more.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
what is the point of having a ticket system? Why not just let me do it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's easy now because it's the early days, but it's going to get more competitive and harder.
Could be.
Shit as more people get into it and get
Maybe
better at it. Crazy good at it. I don't know. By the time I play it, every app will use a Ruby sick of it.
Jeremy, if it's any consolation, I just got Miitomo and there's nobody on there.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he could just download Miitomo.
Yeah.
Are you playing Run on your iPad, John?
Yes, I'm playing it on my iPad.
How does it look? How does it run? Like, is it, no pun intended, but how, does it run real nice?
Yeah, it's great. It's nice having
Mario's real huge on your screen.
Yeah.
Do you have a full-size iPad?
I have an iPad Air 2, so I don't have the Pro. I don't have the biggest one.
But
I would
you
love
do
to
have
see
the
this on
fancy
the Pro.
Yeah.
I do have the nice one, yes. So my computer died last week, and my computer and my phone died, so I had to upgrade both.
Oh, jeez.
And, it was an emergency. But as a side effect, now I can get the Nintendo stuff.
That's fucking sweet, dude.
Yep.
You got Mario right in front of your face, like the size of a can of beer.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been playing mine on the iPhone, and I think it looks pretty good. The backgrounds are like flat though, which kind of sucks. Like the backgrounds don't move at all, like they would in like normal Mario games.
I didn't notice that.
So like as you're, you know what I mean? Like on like on New Super Mario Brothers on Wii, like those columns that are like in the background, they rotate like as you go around the level. Like stuff moves like that, because it's like fully 3D. This is just like a flat picture in the background. Like it's not actually polygoned. The other thing is
now that's all I'm going to notice.
Is like Mario.
You ruined the game for me.
Oh. Sorry, I'm just saying that's what I noticed from.
So is it following the aesthetic of the new Super Mario Brothers as presented in Mario Maker? I know that's a really long sentence, but is that kind of what it looks like? It looks like those created levels and.
Yeah, kind of. Except
obviously, it's got new elements.
Levels look a little bit better in some spots, but like, let's say like
stylistically, it looks like it fits right in.
Take like the underground level. Let's say the underground levels for Super Mario Maker. Those pretty much look the same. Like how the background is just like that.
A big
like
flat,
the blue flat thing on the back. It's the same as that. But I've noticed that some of the songs are a little bit different. Like some of the songs are like re-recorded or sound a little bit nicer. But there's a couple that are the same. But there are some that are kind of different for the Mario Run.
I was curious about the music. So it's familiar Mario themes. They didn't compose new music.
Yeah, well, they're still the same songs, but there are ones that sound different. Like they sound like they were recorded. Like they have different parts to them. Like it's still the same song, but
it's not like the original New Super Mario Brothers when it had like some new songs.
I think overall, I get the sense that they reached into the same toolkit and just kind of maybe pared it down a little bit from what it would be on a Wii U.
Well,
it does look like
when I was first playing Super Mario Run, I was thinking that I was like, so what if the next thing is Super Mario Maker Run. Super Mario Run Maker,
or what if they just put that into?
Because I could see that happening. I could see that happening where you could make your own level. You can make your.
What
own
if they put that
Super
functionality into the already existing like Mario Maker, and then you can make levels that people can play on their phones? That would be fucking sweet.
Yeah,
I think that I would get that for like a $5 upgrade. Sure,
they should do that, but I could see it like being presented as a cell phone game too, though, like Super Mario Run Maker, and it's just like Super Mario Maker, but it's dummied down like just for Run. And you can make like run levels. Like I could see that being a thing.
That seems like the next logical step.
And because they've got to add something because those 24 levels. I mean, or 27, I guess, with the extra stuff. But
yeah, they'll probably add more levels. I mean, I would only assume.
But they got to add more stuff because there's not. Yeah,
if people are,
I think they're going
to buy
to
it now. They would be more likely to buy it if there's more levels.
I think they must have, like with every one of these 2D Mario games, they probably have designed at least twice or 3 times as many levels, and they just have them at the office. They didn't make the cut or whatever. I think whenever the sales go down for this and start to dip, that's when they'll say, "Hey, we got twice as many levels now." That's probably what they'll do.
Well, they did that. They did that like for WarioWare too. Like when the first one came out, like they came up with all these different mini games, but not all of them made the cut. So they had all these extra ones. which, Nintendo is notorious for going back to stuff that they had designed before that didn't make the game and then putting it in the next game. So I think you're definitely right about that. I mean, they did the same thing. They did the same thing with Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Because Wind Waker was going to have 2 more dungeons, and those dungeons ended up appearing in Twilight Princess, because they were talking about adding it to the HD version. They're like, well, we already put the dungeons in the next Zelda game, because that's basically how they do it. Everything that doesn't make the cut either goes in the next game or would go for a DLC thing or something. So yeah, that totally makes sense. I understand that, because I'm sure they had a lot of levels and they could only have so many, and there are some that are left over. So they'll be like, well, maybe we'll put them in there later. That's probably where the Super Luigi stuff came from for the Wii U, when they did the upgrade for that, which they should do that too. I would love to see a Super Luigi Run or a Super Yoshi Run or whatever, where they do a separate levels that are catered to the way those guys move,
Mm-hmm.
That was what they did on the Wii U one, where they made levels that only Luigi could make the jump because the jumps were higher and all that. So it'd be cool. But as of right now, I mean, it seems to be doing pretty well. I guess a lot of people downloaded it. I think it was 2.8 million or something like that. But it didn't really say who paid the $10 and who didn't, because you can download it for free.
Yeah.
Because with Remake Conan, he downloaded it and he played he basically went through those first 3 levels and got all the coins, and then he didn't buy the game. He just went through and got the pink coins and the purple coins and the black coins, and then and you get to play 20 seconds of the Bowser level after that.
Well, maybe he'll come to. It's only been a day.
Yeah.
After maybe 2 days from now he'll get the itch. I didn't complete that Mario game.
Maybe
ask again in a week.
Yeah. It's only been a day and we're already tired of it, so when Jeremy gets it, nobody will play it. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, you might be right on that. But then there's this whole other bevy of Android users that'll get into it too that aren't into it now. So I don't think nobody will be playing it by then. And maybe they'll do an upgrade, or maybe they'll do some extra stuff for iOS then, and then do it later on Android or something like that. I'm sure they have to have some sort of plan for that, right? It can't just be one thing and then the other one. I'm sure they've got stuff in the works.
I'm sure they're going to. I'm sure that when they come out with the Android one, they'll throw a couple extra levels their way. Hey, you guys waited a few months longer.
Sure. Yeah, they'll do a Game of the Year edition or something.
Yeah.
With all the DLC from the other one.
So, what are you guys' thoughts on this? Because, obviously, I mean, it seems pretty clear cut, right? The reason Nintendo's brought it to iOS first was because they got to be part of the Apple event. And that was probably a clause, well, it has to be exclusive to Apple if we're going to make you part of our event.
That's what I was thinking, but I've heard people saying that it's because of the security of iOS.
Really?
People are saying that's why they took it there first. Because I know
because they
always
released their other ones on both systems at the same time, as far as I know.
That's true.
The other apps they've done.
Yeah, well, they've always been.
This is the first time it's been an iPhone exclusive.
Yeah,
I figured. So, and I was thinking about it, how could Android have done the same thing? It couldn't have, because no matter what company is making the phone, it's still going to be on the shop, and anybody can download it with any Android phone.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. I wonder. Pokemon came out for both at once, but Pokemon also had the Pokemon Company and Niantic involved, right? So maybe if it was just Nintendo, maybe Nintendo would have just gone with Apple. But I think because this is their baby and it's Mario, they probably wanted to go with a company that's reputable for security and having total control over their products. Plus, I think it just kind of makes sense.
But if they're planning on bringing it to Android anyway, I mean, they've already officially announced it. It's not
for the exclusive. Yeah.
I mean, it's for the exclusive. It's got to be. Because, I mean, otherwise, are they going to cancel the Android version if they don't like how it goes with Apple? Maybe. Possibly they're just getting their feet wet.
I doubt that.
Well, probably. They wanted to make a big announcement, and who would get behind that on the Android side? Android is there's not one entity behind it, right?
Exactly. So there couldn't be one phone that was
right.
Samsung couldn't be and you can only play Mario Maker on the next Galaxy.
Right.
Yeah. That's just not how it works in that ecosystem. But with Apple, they got the free advertisement of millions of people watching just because they want to see the next iPhone, even if they're not going to buy it. They might just, what is this next iPhone? I'm curious. I watched it. What is this new iPhone? What kind of cool shit is going to be on it, which is usually not. It's usually a refined version of something that's already existed before at this point. But I guess Nintendo kind of does the same thing.
Sure. Yeah, I figured that my original hunch was that they were doing it for iOS because they appeared at that event. But I was talking to my roommate about it, and he's like, "Oh no, it's for a security thing." Like that's what he was thinking. And apparently, some people online think that too. So I don't know. It could be either or. I figured it was because of the event. They're like, "Oh, since we made this, maybe they had some sort of deal with Apple. It's like, oh, this comes out first, then this comes out later." You know, like kind of how they do stuff with games, like in the console world, also. You know, where it's like exclusive for the first 2 months, and then it'll come out later or whatever.
Apple also has the stores as well. And I don't know if you guys have been to the Apple store in the last 2 weeks, but it's all every employee is wearing a Mario pin. And the demos are all over the iPad.
Partnership.
Yeah, so they're really pushing it.
I think that's really the reason. The combination of the Apple event and then the stores. Yeah,
I mentioned last week on the show that I didn't have time to break into an Apple store to play the Super Mario Run, but I did. Yeah, I heard that it was. After the Jimmy Fallon thing, they were like, "Oh, they're going to be out at every Apple store." But I didn't make it over there to try it. But yeah,
I was.
So they are pushing for it.
The next day, and tried it out. Yep.
Yeah, I was just kind of itching to play it, and
I don't have no Apple store here, unfortunately. Yeah. The one we had shut down it's been about 2 years now. There was one on campus here, and it's gone.
Oh, that's a shame.
The nearest one, I think, is in like Naperville or something.
Do you have an Android store?
Oh, everywhere, man.
Oh, okay.
No, there's not. There's like
buy robots.
It'd be nice if there were.
There's not like one in the mall or anything. Is there a mall?
In the mobile space, though, I mean, truly, that's the only exclusivity that remains anymore. Is, iPhone versus everybody else. Because there's been Windows tried to have the Windows phone and that failed. There's been other things too, based on other OSs or whatever. But it's really just one versus the other. So they went with Apple, which has a better history as far as like you were saying, maybe not even just security, but in addition, like knowing that's going to run well, because if you put it on the Android store, it might fuck up on some phones. Whereas with Apple, you know what phones it's compatible with, and you can just limit the programming to those few models or whatever that's going to be playable on.
Oh, right. Well, then there's like the operating system.
It's easier for debugging and stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's like certain. I don't know what this one works up to a certain thing. I have like the newest update, so it's fine. But like I wouldn't be able to play it. Like I have an old iPad that I wouldn't be able to play it on that because I don't think it has like iOS 4 or whatever.
Because I have a
lot of shit it can't play on
iPhone 4S, and I don't know if I haven't even tried, but I really doubt that I can play it on that because that's from like 2011. I really don't think it's going to run it.
You would probably have to update it to whatever the last couple. I don't know. I don't know the exact tech on that, but you'd probably have to update it to whatever was before that to make it work. But do you think? I mean, do you see yourself playing this game like in the next like 2 months or whatever? I mean, it's pretty fun to have on your phone, but I don't know how
I'm going to keep playing it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's
I might
fun.
have to buy an iPad just to play it.
Yeah. I don't think you should do that, but if you really want to, you can. I would not recommend anybody just buy a phone or an iPad or whatever just to play the game. But we'll see. I mean, in our next like however many episodes, I'll let you know if I'm still playing it. But I think I'll play it longer than I played Miitomo. I mean, I think I've spent more time in this, even though I did start Miitomo again and I got the giant update. And since I got a message from John on there, I got like a Super Mario Brothers wallpaper and like carpet and all that, so that's cool.
I saw your wallpaper and your carpet. Yeah.
Yeah. I got that for receiving a message. Yeah, no, you get that for getting a message from another person. And I was looking through on my Nintendo, like looking through all the stuff that you get from like Super Mario Run, and I pretty much have done every single mission on there. And I got 770 platinum coins from playing Super Mario Run for like one day. If only I could use that to buy games, right? Wouldn't that be great? Then I could actually get some free games. But no, you can't. Only 30% off,
I guess just start buying stuff in Miitomo. I haven't done that yet, but
yeah. Well, because
get all the 3DS themes.
Well, like pretty much half of my coins are going to disappear at the end of December. So I have to figure out something to use them on, How many do you have? I'm sitting around 3,000, I think. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm at like 1,350. So I have I have 830 platinum coins and 510 gold coins.
That's real money. Your gold coins are equivalent to how much money you put into the eShop.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I buy a lot of shit online, especially because I buy a lot of stuff on sale. But you get the coin amount for like what the whole price was of it. So like when I bought the Force Awakens for like $10-20 or whatever, the Lego one, I got like 50 points for it because it was $50 originally. So
I have 2,354 platinum coins and 310 gold coins.
Oh, okay. So you got more than I do.
But I don't know what the fuck why.
But I've also lost some like in the last however long. So I like how there's a thing at the end. There's like at the bottom here it says like free 3DS Wii U digital content, but there's like no games in there. It's just like videos of the Legend of Zelda Orchestra and like backgrounds pretty much for your 3DS, which sucks. But yeah, I got 770 more platinum coins to just, I don't know what to do with.
Oh, this is sad. I just went to my Nintendo and it's telling me how I can earn extra points.
Oh,
it's telling me to play Super Mario Run. But I'm looking at it on the Android phone, so that's so sad.
So, like, with the coins that I have, I can get all of the themes for my 3DS. But I miss the days, I missed the day when Miitomo came out, and I just remember staying up and, like, trying to get all these extra platinum coins so I can get the free, like, WarioWare Touched, or I could get, like, the free Zelda Picross. Like, that was really cool. And now that's just not on there anymore. It kind of sucks. Because, yeah, I actually kind of worked towards it. Because, like, WarioWare, that was the only place that was available on digitally. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. They should do that with other DS stuff. And do you remember, Donkey Kong Country Returns was on there for a second, too? Like, for Wii U? And then they took it off, and now you can just buy it.
That was gold coins, right?
Yeah, that was gold coins. And I really wanted to get that, and I didn't have enough gold coins. But
I thought for sure that they would leave the gold coins, you'd be able to buy games with them because that's real money you spend.
Yeah, that ticks me off because because you remember like the whole promo with the Wii U when you got it and every time you pay $50 digitally you got like a free $5 like to use towards the game.
That was great.
Like that was awesome. Like why couldn't they have still done that? Like why can't we? Especially for games that you actually pay for. Like why?
It definitely made me impulsively spend more money, thinking I was getting more back.
Yeah, because didn't you get like Smash Brothers like for cheaper because of that? Because you would had the $5 saved up.
I think I had like $15. I got like $15 off on it.
Yeah, that's cool. They should give money back to you like that. I understand maybe they're hurting or something, but
and I may not have bought Smash Brothers without that discount.
Yeah.
So I ended up spending another $45 or whatever it was.
Sure, but you can get Wrecking Crew on Wii U for 20% off now. Not even with gold coins though. Yeah, that's basically what you have on here, which is like so dumb. But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're doing a lot of things right. They're doing a lot of things confusingly. Well, really everything they're doing confusingly. That's even a word.
Yeah, I just miss the days where you could get like actual money off of stuff. Well, I mean not just like money off, but like money on your account, Well,
even the whole Club Nintendo in its like last days, you were still able to get shit. Even when I went all digital, like you could still get digital games.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean that was the last, basically the last hurrah for prizes for Club Nintendo was like, I remember I got Mario Party 3DS out of that for free.
I got a new Super Mario Brothers 2.
Yeah.
So now I'm just getting back into the swing of things with my Nintendo. You can't get any prizes or anything anymore, any physical goods delivered.
No.
Is that right?
No.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, they did away with that, unfortunately.
That was so fun. Like, I thought that was great. Like, I mean, I got the Hanafuda cards. I got a Game & Watch ball game. I got the pins. I got a Mario plush hat. All this awesome stuff. The statue. Remember the statue that came with all the characters of Mario, and it came in a gold coin box.
Yeah, I have that still. That was really cool. And the hat. I got the hat too.
Yeah. Oh, I loved that. I mean, I thought what a nice bonus for my dedication in giving you thousands of dollars. Like,
and there was a Majora's Mask statue, and there was a Luigi's Mansion statue. They're both really fucking cool. And like one year they gave out Majora's Mask like soundtrack CD. I got that too. But yeah.
So that's sad they don't do that anymore.
There was also didn't they give out specific controllers? I think that was only in Japan, where you could get like the Virtual Console controllers for the Wii that were like the Super Famicom controllers.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that in Japan.
Yeah, I think that was only Japan, but that's really cool. That'd be something I'd want.
Physical items.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not that excited about digital downloads. You know, to get a free game is nice, sure. But if you're a Nintendo fan, chances are you want something to put on your shelf.
Oh, yeah.
And that gets you really excited, right? I wish they would do that again.
I do too, man.
It would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, we're pining for the days you could actually get games. I mean, they've even like stopped doing that where you just
Even
get
that.
discounts. Like you earn discounts on games, which is cool. But it'd be better to like have some sort of monetary or some kind of meter of you're building up points to get something.
A physical thing.
Yeah, a physical thing would especially be
physical
great.
thing would be great, but even just getting a free game would be nice too. Like you should be able to build up to where. Or even like $10 off a game or something. Like an actual, like where they actually put money on there, So you could get a free game out of it. Like I remember that's how I got Tetris on 3DS, like the Virtual Console Tetris that isn't on there anymore. That's how I got it. Was just like, oh yeah, $5 free. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get Tetris to play it right now. I'm like, all right, cool, for free. And there you go. That's cool. I got a lot of games like that. Oh well, yeah. We went from Super Mario Run to getting sad about the Club Nintendo. But hopefully with the Switch, they'll switch it over to something better, right? Hopefully. I don't know.
Well, hopefully. I mean, if they're getting a bigger install base, who knows? There could be some crazy stuff they could do.
For sure.
If they're like becoming Wii successful again, which is what we're hoping, right?
Well, it seems to be a lot of buzz around it, especially, like I was saying before about the two guys that I know mentioning it. It had to have been from the Jimmy Fallon thing because I don't know if they actually saw the reveal video back in October because nobody had really talked about it before. All of a sudden everybody was like, hey, Switch. So I think they saw it on Jimmy Fallon or something.
I mean, that was at the top of YouTube.
Yeah, somebody probably posted it on Facebook too, like, and seeing the YouTube and, it got around the whole, people know.
Yeah, I was listening to your last episode too earlier, and I remember how you said that you wondered why they went on the show like a week before the release of the game, the release of Mario Run.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that, and I think it's because nobody actually watches the Tonight Show on the night of anymore, or any of those late night shows. They see it all on YouTube.
They watch it whenever they want to because of Hulu and Netflix and that stuff.
Right. I think they did that strategically because people would watch it on the internet throughout the week, and then they'd be ready to see it when it was time to download the game.
Oh, sure.
So,
well, always like
a good night. Yeah, a good late night show bit will like go viral, like just like any other video. Like it'll be part of that the way YouTube has their.
Well, always like
stuff worked out.
I like how they do the Nintendo Direct stuff though, and they'd be like, there's this and it's available now. Like I was hoping they'd do something like that with it, where it's like, oh, here's this and it's coming out tomorrow, or it's out right now. Come get it. But I guess those are different. But is there anything else that we're missing about Super Mario Run here? Is there anything you can think of?
It's a good game. I think it's really worth it. It's $10. If you don't have it already, just put down $10. It's probably one of the best iPhone games that you could possibly get.
It's definitely.
Do you guys play with headphones? Because the music's so good that you want to like have headphones on while you play it.
I haven't done that yet, but I
haven't
really
played with headphones. Sounds good to me.
I haven't really had to, because it's just I've just been playing it in my room, and when I play it in public places, I just mute it. So I haven't really played it with headphones.
Well, I played Craig from IGN Nintendo.
Oh yeah,
that's something.
How did that go?
Badass.
He beat me a couple times. I beat him a couple times.
Well, Craig works for Sega now. He's not.
He works for Apple now, actually.
Oh, does he? I know he worked for Sega for a second. Now he works for Apple. Because like all those guys do, right? Like Bozon and Matt Casamassino work for Apple too.
They all do. They're all united back at Apple in the games division now.
That's crazy.
Same city.
So, yeah. Actually, I saw Craig.
Well, that's not the same city.
I saw Craig at Comic-Con 2012. I was at the Sega booth in San Diego. I was waiting to play Aliens, Colonial Marines, or whatever the game was called.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I saw him sitting there, and I recognized him. And I went up and I said, "Hey, aren't you Craig from IGN?" And he said, "Oh yeah, but I'm at Sega now." And we talked for a little bit. And
that's cool.
He actually gave me an alien face hugger, like a rubber face hugger thing. Just to say, thank you for recognizing me, basically. So I still have that.
Nice.
So in a way, he's still hugging your face.
He's still hugging my face right now. Yeah.
Did he sign it? He should have signed it. He'd be like, hey.
He didn't sign it. No. I got his Street Pass too.
Oh yeah. Well, the only like famous video game people that I met that Street Pass were like the cast of Retronauts. So I have like Jeremy Parrish. I have Jeremy Parrish and Bob Mackey on my 3DS, and I mentioned it in a previous episode. But I lost to Jeremy Parrish in one of the 3DS Street Pass games. So that was pretty disappointing. But I don't think he'll know that until I Street Pass him again. So whenever we go to the Wisconsin retro thing, if they come back to that, hopefully they do, then they'll Street Pass him. It'll be like, oh yeah, you got beat by, or you won all these extra guys from this fucking game that I lost. But yeah, that's cool.
Awesome.
Craig Harris. I'm friends with him too, but I haven't played him yet on Super Mario Run. But I haven't really. Yeah, the only people I've played are like people that I've seen. I haven't seen you on there yet. I played another guy that I know that added me, but I haven't really saw anybody I know, and I don't have like. I don't have like Jose or like Brian Altano or anybody like that from IGN now on there. I know I was friends with Pear on Mitomo, but I
requested all those guys on Mitomo, but nobody's playing that anymore. So not even the IGN guys.
Because I had Pear and I had some other people on there, so from IGN, but yeah, I don't think they're on there anymore. Oh well. But it's fun. Play it. We're gonna take another break and do a special 50th anniversary video thing for you. But thanks for being on the show again, John, and I appreciate that you listen to us and all that. It's always good to have friends or have fans in other parts of the country. And
thank you very much. I really appreciate you having me on all these times, and especially for the 50th episode. Congratulations.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks,
we made it to number 50, so I want to do something cool. And you had played the game, and I always like having you on the show. So.
Oh yeah, you guys made me really jealous this episode. I really fucking love this game. I said at the beginning I was sad. Now I'm just kind of mad.
Well, once you eventually get it, we'll have to go back and like re-edit the episode to insert your commentary.
Yeah, or we could just do another episode. We'll probably
really
just do another one.
Right. Yeah.
I really doubt it, though.
Pretend that you had the game the whole time.
Yeah. Hey, man, I found this secret, like, behind Bowser at this one part.
And if you press the back button, what? There's no back button on Apple.
Yeah. The back button, since it's only on Android phones, will do something special. You'll, like, do a moonwalk or something. Maybe. All right, cool. Well, thanks for being on, man. And we'll be right back in a second.